Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Tom Corliss, filling in for Eric Morton. Here now the news for June 3rd, 2021. As we confirmed on May 28th, vaccinated guests at Universal Orlando Resort no longer need to wear face masks indoors, effective as of May 29th. Over the weekend, we visited Universal Orlando to check out the mask guidelines in effect. Guests are unmasked in indoor spaces for the first time in over a year. The mask policy change is first seen on the digital message board at the parking garage booths, informing guests that face coverings are optional for those who are vaccinated. Obviously, Universal is not checking, so it's honor system, which I'm sure people will weigh in the comments how they feel about that. Unvaccinated guests are supposed to still wear face coverings indoors. A trio of updated safety signs further explain the safety advisories. Digital message boards above the ticket windows also display the new mask guidelines and remind guests to maintain physical distancing. Once inside Universal Studios Florida, we headed to the Universal Studios store where guests were browsing without masks on. Inside the store, we did not see any guests wearing a mask, in fact. Meanwhile, at Transformers The Ride, mostly maskless guests waited to enter the queue, and note that team members are still wearing face coverings. The new safety advisory sign is also at the attraction entrances. Physical distancing markers can still be seen in the outdoor queue. Meanwhile, over at Ollivander's Wand Shop in the Wizarding World, they've increased capacity where up to 14 guests are permitted in each room and multiple parties are allowed. The Hogwarts Express, meanwhile, is seating multiple parties together. In fact, loading to full capacity, so they will put 2 parties or more in a cabin until all 8 seats are filled. It's wild. Fast and Furious Supercharged has done away with all distancing rules in line during the pre-show and on the ride. Dividers are still in place on the ride, even though at its sister attraction, we could call it, Skull Island, Reign of Kong, those dividers are gone. Most people were maskless and seated next to people from other parties. Meanwhile, at both the Bourne Stunt-tacular and Shrek 4D, during pre-shows, guests were asked to fill in all the available space, and no distancing was required. And then all rows and seats were filled by people from different parties. We're almost back to normal at Universal. The Jurassic World Tribute Store opened in Universal Studios Florida last week, and we're making our way through the creative new treats available inside. Recently, we tried the fossilized amber gummy for $7, the jumbo Oreo cookie for $6, a whoopie pie for $4.50, and the Dig in the Jar, which comes with that amazing jar. It's not a sticker on it. It's actually printed for $12. Check out full reviews of all of these at universalparksnewstoday.com. The Summer Olympics season is drawing closer, maybe, and Universal Studios Florida is ready to celebrate. Universal has added a pre-show to the Cinematic Celebration nighttime show. The viewing area for the show is in Central Park, with the entrance across the street from Mel's Drive-In Restaurant. Show times vary, so be sure to check the Universal Orlando Resort app or posted times around the park to plan a viewing. It's a nightly spectacular featuring water screens, fountains, music, lasers, and lights. To celebrate Universal's films and attractions. The new pre-show starts before the posted showtime, so make sure you arrive early. USA athletes are featured in the clip shown on the water screens. Watch the full pre-show right here on our YouTube channel. Universal Studios Florida has also added new decor and food booths to celebrate those Olympics at the Music Plaza. We stopped by the food booths to try their offerings. We tried the char siu rice bowl, the tofu rice bowl, the lemongrass chicken rice bowl, the agadashi tofu bowl, a marinated tofu nama harumaki, the barbecue pork nama harumaki, the takoyaki shrimp puffs, the takoyaki matcha puffs, the lemongrass chicken gyoza dumplings, the edamame gyoza dumplings, the rainbow sushi roll, a California sushi roll, the vegan sushi, as well as a mini cheesecake mochi sampler, the Sho Chiku by Junam, I'm going to butcher this one. The Sho Chiku by Jumai Sake, the Moonstone Coconut Lemongrass Sake, and the Japanese Highball. We tried all these things. I know it's a lot. But if you really want to process them and find out what we thought of them, again, full reviews up on our website. Join the hunt and take a virtual ride on the Jurassic World VelociCoaster in Universal's Islands of Adventure. Universal has released their official POV video, and it's much better than some 480p thing someone filmed on a GoPro. So yeah, if you want the best way to watch this ride without actually riding on it, this is the way to do it. Obviously, we have not filmed the ride because it's not allowed. You're not supposed to do it. But thankfully, Universal did this for us. We could all enjoy it. But if you haven't been out to the park, I will tell you, I've been on this 3 times now. And the first time I was like, oh, it's really fun. It's good. And then we did front row at night, and forget it. Amazing. Incredible. Front row is where you want to be. I know coaster enthusiasts, a lot of them are, the back, you get the airtime, blah, blah, blah. Front is the best. Ask for the front. The VelociCoaster has hatched a lot of new merchandise at Islands of Adventure, and now one of our favorite collectible items is available, a pressed penny. It celebrates the grand opening of the ride. We found the Jurassic World VelociCoaster grand opening pressed penny in a machine located near the restrooms. 3 different pressed pennies are available in the machine. Keep your passport protected, in case anyone still is ever going to travel again, and stylish during your travels with these new Harry Potter passport covers available at Universal Orlando Resort. Each cover is inspired by a different Hogwarts house, with the house animals and colors on each. The animal is embossed on the center front, while the house name is embossed on the lower stripe. We found these at the Universal Studios store at City Walk for $28 each. We stopped by Voodoo Donut at City Walk to try 2 of their new seasonal donuts available this summer. The Olympic Ring Donuts are raised yeast shell with yuzu whipped cream filling, playing on the location of the Olympics, topped with vanilla icing and sprinkles. I'm going to say this now. The Olympic rings are very iconic, and you are a donut shop, right? And donuts are naturally rings. But you decided your Olympic ring donuts would have filling and not be rings. It's not a comment on the quality of the donut. I just don't understand the thought process of naming something an Olympic ring donut and then making it a thing that could very well look like a ring, not look like a ring. That blows my mind. Blows my mind. Meanwhile, the Summer S'mores Donut is filled with chocolate whipped cream, dipped in chocolate icing, marshmallows, and graham crackers. They're all available for $3.75 each. Check out our full reviews on the site. A fire broke out at Universal Studios Hollywood on Tuesday night. In a video posted by Twitter user @TheAdTrailer, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, around 3 a.m. Eastern and 12 a.m. Pacific time, a fire can be seen on the upper lot near the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem attraction and the parking structure. Spokeswoman Audrey Eag told the LA Times that the fire occurred in a backstage area where guests do not have access and no rides or attractions were affected. The Los Angeles Fire Department reports that the fire began around 11:40 p.m. Pacific time when a cargo box ignited. 5 engines responded promptly and extinguished the flames. This is a big deal because obviously there is a long history of fires ravaging this, I was going to say park, but far greater than the park. A lot of pieces of movie history have been lost in fires at this park. And in fact, this was on the anniversary of one of the most memorable. So glad nothing was ruined, no one was hurt. That's great. It's great to hear. Universal Studios Hollywood is joining its sister park in Orlando with hiring over 2,000 new team members for the summer season. Opportunities include full-time, part-time, seasonal, and professional career positions. They include attractions, entertainment, including production assistants and show controllers, guest relations, park services, wardrobe, retail, parking, and food, including bartenders, baristas, cooks, bakers, food stand attendants, and runners. Open professional career positions include finance, marketing, human resources, engineering, and environmental health and safety. Universal Studios Japan closed back on April 25th due to the third state of emergency declaration in Osaka, but has reopened as of June 1st. As restrictions regarding theme parks are being eased, the park will now be allowed to open on weekdays only with a capacity of 5,000 guests, similar to measures at Tokyo Disney Resort. Universal Studios Japan will operate from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Per the request of the Osaka Prefecture, the park will remain closed on weekends. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today here on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For UPNT, this is Tom Corliss saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
You get $10. $10.
Alexander Hamilton.
I could just leave that out front of my house to send a message to the other alligators in my neighborhood.
Or the bottle.
Bye.